So let's draw a T-Rex. I start off with basic shapes like a circle, and then I start drawing a line referencing its neck, and then start filling in a circle again for its head and kind of boxing in a skull. I like to draw the whole dinosaur as quickly as I can, kind of gesturally, just so I get the whole body on the paper. I don't want to work too far ahead in one area and then render it out like completely and then find out that I need to move it or its proportion is way off from the rest of the body. So then I put forth too much time and effort into one thing that might need to change. So the best route for drawing anything in general is to just kind of work the whole piece in a circle or like just kind of like evenly. If you think about it like eating a plate of food, evenly eat your plate of food. Don't just finish one thing first, then move to the next thing. Some people can draw like that, but most people, it's very, very hard to do that at the very beginning. So I would highly recommend trying to get as much of the drawing done and then work big to small. So as far as big picture, so big objects, and then work down to the smaller details, all the way down to as fine of a scale, like a scale for a dinosaur, if you really want to get that rendered. But I find that once you get 95% or 90% of the way done, you don't need to go the last 10% and render out every scale. But some people do, and more power to them. But I just like getting as much as I can get done in 20 to 30 minutes in a drawing and then being done with it. I want to learn as much as I can, and I feel like the more drawings I do, the better I'll get. So if I spend an hour and a half or 2 hours fully rendering out one drawing, I'm not gaining as much experience as I would if I were to have rendered out and drawn 3 drawings and I didn't like completely draw them out like scale for scale or whatever, and get super crazy detailed. I think you learn more by the first like half of the drawing process, like the trying to figure out the pose and getting all the major blocks in. Once you get to that fine detail work, that's just kind of like, it does take some skill to learn that, but it's more so that's a very long drawn out process. I would say most artwork is almost could be considered done once it gets to like 80% finished for some people. The last 20%, doing all that super fine detailed work, is time well spent, but sometimes I feel in my mind, if you're trying to learn, you're better off getting more reps and more drawings in than going and completing it all the way. Now, it's different if you're trying to put it in a gallery or you're trying to sell it, then yes, go through, do that extra step, do that extra work. But for me, this is all fun. So I'm just doing like 20-minute dinosaur drawings here. And so I'm trying not to get too complicated with it. I am using Copic markers and Micron pens, which are kind of expensive-ish, but I'm not using high quality paper. I'm just using computer paper, and I'm just trying to get as many drawings done as I can. And I like to videotape them for you guys. So if you got any value out of this, please consider liking and subscribing. At least the like would help. I'm trying to grow my channel. And if you share it, that'd be awesome too. But my goal is to someday be monetized. And that way, maybe I can actually do longer length videos and more in-depth videos. Because right now I do this as a side job because I have a normal day job. So, yeah, if you consider subscribing, that would help me on my way to that monetization, but no pressure. Just if you like it, consider hitting the like button. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this. Oh, in a second here, I actually sign my name, and then I always try to finish my drawings. I like to use this new pastel slash, it's just like white chalk. So it just gives a shimmer over the top of the marker, just to mimic reflection. It's a little tip I learned. Kind of gets a little bit more realistic shininess daylight bouncing off of it. And it's some white pen. But yeah, thanks for watching again.